Hello, breadfiesta here, and I just cut my hair dry because my bangs were too long and they were bothering me, and also my hands hurt from the sync test. So let's get into it. What are we doing today? For New Year's, the last couple of years, we have done, rather than a single resolution to sort of encompass the entire year, we've been doing a New Year's bingo card. So basically 25, sometimes smaller resolutions. And my center square resolution for this year is to do something creative or artistic at least once a month. And so for January, this is going to be that. Thankfully, I did not clarify on the resolution that the art had to be good. And obviously, like, good is subjective. So, like, is this video going to be good in terms of, like, marketability? Absolutely not. We are 668 videos into a YouTube channel. We're well beyond the point of marketability. So it's not going to be that, but is it going to be good for me? And the answer is yes. This is going to be a video that's going to be more akin to like a blog post, a vlog, if you might, a video blog. So that is what this is going to be. I am a fan of anime. This should be a surprise to nobody. If you've seen just my logo, which is an anime girl, arguably one of the more famous anime girls from 2006. But anime is something that I have liked, since I was in high school, and probably even before that, because in middle school I was watching, Dragon Ball Z and a little bit of like Yu Yu Hakusho, the stuff that was on like Toonami. Eventually, more Toonami, Adult Swim stuff, and then in college was in the anime club, and that really sort of expanded things out. I believe on my anime list, I've got around like 200 different series that I have cataloged, that I have watched. I'm sure there are one or two more that I've missed. I actually added a few as a result of working on this project. And so I'm not going to be ranking all the anime that I've seen. That's a different project. That's going to happen probably later this year as I figure out other creative artistic things to do and decide to go back to this well. So I would like to do that at some point. I have for sure my top 9 and probably a candidate for top 10. But I would like to go through and rank all those. But in particular, in the vein of like a tier list and a ranking, we're going to be ranking not the shows themselves, but the opening and ending themes together, ranking those from 1 to, I believe I have 300 and, how many was it? 351, I believe. So it's pretty split evenly. I think it's 176 opening themes, 175 ending, or vice versa. So yeah, there's quite a few, and we're gonna go through them. It's very likely the version of this video that you're seeing is the version where I'm not playing any anime themes. So you will need to. This will be sort of a multimedia experience It's multimedia because it's both my commentary and also probably some backing tracks, which is probably just going to be my go-to of the soundtrack from Car Mechanic Simulator, because that, with one exception, is all. I mean, it's all in the like Creative Commons, allowed for fair use, but there's one song that still gets caught in like the copyright ID. But that's. So that's probably what's going to be playing throughout most of this. But the multimedia aspect will be that you'll be seeing my media of my commentary and my tier list, and then also encouraged to look up other media that is taking the copyright risks that I will not be. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun video to edit, I think. Yeah, I might even create like a special version just for me that does have the anime themes in it. So this is 351 things that I'm going to be ranking, so this is probably not going to be a one and done sort of thing. I imagine this is going to be several kind of recordings, several attempts to go through this. And this could just be a blog, like I could just write out my thoughts, but recording this intro for the 8th time is just as efficient of a process. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this madness. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Normally, when you think of like tier list type of content, you expect to see that tier maker website, which is useful if you want to move around small squares into different colorful bands. But I have been a long-time subscriber to an Adobe service that does just that. So long, in fact, that the newly introduced AI tools, which are just so smart, that they see my decade-long subscription and they think, oh, this must be a new user. We should make sure that every tutorial is enabled and that they're so disruptive, so that they learn how to use the tool that they've been paying for too long. So rather than, it took me a fair amount of time to put together all the little thumbnail images that you see kind of down here, roughly. I know the keyboard shortcuts. Here we go. So like here's one of them, and here's another. So I put together 350 of these little thumbnails, 351, and rather than export each of those as their own image and then upload them into TierMaker so that I could do it all through their website, why not just do it in the tool I'm already using, which is Photoshop. So that's what we're going to do here is I have all these thumbnails. We can kind of see this if I scroll out. I think you can see it all at this zoom level. Yep. Look at that. That sure is going to be a tier list that we're going to fill out. And we'll figure out what the different tiers are and recolor the bands as we go. But right now, this is this, and this is what it's gonna this is what it's gonna be. So I'm gonna start out with the opening themes, and we'll get a good amount into them. I'll probably switch to the ending themes and then kind of alternate, because I think the opening themes are generally more memorable for me. There are definitely exceptions. I think there are a lot of ending themes that are going to be a lot higher than a lot of opening themes. But in order to maintain my excitement for the beginning of this project, I'm going to start with the opening themes. I don't have my camera on, so I'm not sure why I'm gesturing. Well, I'm gesturing for sure, because I am naturally a fool, and I like that. So I randomly reordered all of the anime and the themes. So I kept all the themes from a single anime together. So eventually we're going to get to, all 9 opening themes of Naruto. But that will just help with just sorting things. And I do like to do this sort of like exercise to order things, where basically I just start with a completely empty list. I put the first thing on it, I determine whether the second thing is before or after, and then just sort of incrementally build out the list. I think tiers will naturally develop that way, and we'll just sort of get at it. I don't think there's a couple other like logistics things I'd like to mention. Like, I tried to find generally, like, the Welcome to the NHK one here is not the best example because this is not a screenshot from the anime. This is a promotional material. But there were a lot of anime where it was really hard to find screenshots of, especially anime that have had revivals. Yozakura Quartet is one that we'll mention, that had a new anime since the version that I watched. And so trying to find anything about the older version is incredibly difficult. And then there were just some anime where it was just like oddly difficult to find any images at all. obviously I'm relying on Google Images, which is another just fantastic service. So that perhaps was limiting. I could have used a more anime-specific image service, 0chan or something. Some anime had very detailed, like, fandom wikis, what used to be the Wikia. So, like, Bleach has, every episode has, like, a couple dozen screenshots. There was one other anime that was like that. I want to say it was like Watamote, that also had like a bunch of screenshots, and it was just like, that's oddly like well documented. Like, I wish all anime were like this, instead of some anime having like fandom wikis that have 2 articles, and one of them's the homepage and the other is the main character with like the first sentence copied from Wikipedia. So that was just like a little logistics thing. I also tried to separate out, so I've got the classic breadfiesta pink, which is not Barbie pink. They're slightly different. And then I shifted the red, green, blue down to make like a green for the endings. So we'll see that when we get to them. That's the logistics. That's the administration. Let's make a tier list or something. Let's order some squares. Okay. So I did randomly order these. So, and of course, the first one that comes up is an anime that is actually kind of difficult for me, and one that I really struggled with seeing the screenshots of, given that I am currently not in education or working. I finished my grad program and I don't have a job yet. I'm trying, but I'm not doing that right now. So, looking at screenshots from Welcome to the NHK, and also listening to the opening theme, Puzzle, which ideally, if I had complete control over copyright, or if that just wasn't an issue, I'd play a little snippet of it. But maybe I'll put together like a YouTube playlist that has, these videos so you can listen along. But Puzzle has, I'm also not like a musical person, like a musically educated person, so I'm not going to have a lot of the like terminology to really describe these things. But it has like a lighter sound to it. And it is an anime I watched in 2013, and I haven't really watched since. And in general, like, other than having the theme song in my anime themes playlist, I just haven't really thought about it too much recently. But I do think Puzzle is a good. I have to unlock the layer before I can move it. We're just gonna put it kind of in the middle here. Thank you to Photoshop for your guide layers. And then things will move. It will get shifted. It's all gonna be fine. In general, I think Puzzle is a good theme song. There is another version of it, but it's the same song that they used for like the second half of the series. So that's another just little logistic note, is I included all songs that were used at least twice. So if a song was used as an ending theme or an opening theme for just a single episode, then I did not count it on the list. I also didn't include insert songs, of which, if I had, there are some of those that would absolutely go near the top. And then where it's the same song just multiple times, I did not include those, or different versions of the same song. So you'll see that in like Frieren uses the same ending theme, just different parts of the song. There's also a couple of exceptions. All these are going to be the themes of anime that I have seen, and in the episodes that I have seen them. So, for example, I haven't seen all of Bleach, but I listed all of the opening and ending themes of the episodes I have seen. And there are a couple exceptions, and they both have to do with Naruto, so we'll address those when we get to them. So, we're just going to put Puzzle in the middle. Puzzle is a good song. I like it. Okay. There are two opening themes. I have both YouTube and my anime list pulled up here, so that if I don't remember a theme, I can look it up. So I'm going to look up Death Note here, because that is the next one here. Death Note, I watched it once when it was airing on Adult Swim. And then I think we watched it during Anime Club, but I didn't pay attention. So I've really only seen it the once. Not my favorite anime, but it is one that I have seen. Death Note has 2 opening themes here. The second one I remember much more. Okay. So the first one is called The World, and the second one is What Up People? What's Up People? The second one I absolutely remember more, so I'm going to go ahead and look up Death Note OP1 on YouTube. This is how we used to look up things. And we're going to see, I don't want to look up these like 4K 60 FPS garbage. Give me a video from 14 years ago that is something somebody randomly uploaded. Here we go. Here's one from 3 years ago that is just a random user. It's creditless. That can be something. All right, let's listen real quick. Okay, I do remember this. Kind of a, heavy rock sort of ballad. Who's this by? Nightmare. I don't know who that is. Top comment is, this is the only one I could find that didn't have the goofy AI 60 FPS interpolation. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. So thank you. I should actually pull up a... I'm going to create a notepad here for when I create that playlist. I like that pause. I like when songs... It gets a little bit much now in the year 2026. Songs that have like a pause with no sound playing at all. I also kind of want to include like the visuals, so maybe I should rewatch some of these. Maybe I should rewatch Puzzle really quick. Oh yeah, the pose of light at the end here with the wings at the end, the apple, the Death Note. That's a good song. I think that is a good song. Death Note Opening 2 is a little more experimental. I remember I see like the little thumbnail here in one of the recommended videos of Ryu like grabbing a bullet. 40K, here we go. All right. Death Note Opening 2 HQ 16 years ago. The description is all in a different language. Yeah, this one is a little more artistic in its visuals. It's got the kind of definitely like screamo actual metal. I always hated this like insect eye sort of. It's hard to say because like this opening theme is definitely like more iconic, more memorable. L doing some sort of martial arts. Oh, yeah, that's right. This one also has swears in it. That's fun. Okay. I forgot about that. Was it censored when I watched it on TV? I don't feel like it was. I don't feel like Adult Swim censored it. So hearing it censored really takes me out. I paused the video. NHK Opening 1. Let's just watch this. I don't want to watch the full version. I mean, the full version, that's what I have saved in my playlist. 4 years ago, that might still be in like the 4K. This is just a song anyway. I want to actually see. Ah, yes, okay, I remember. This is actually, we're using like the puzzle piece motif. Like she grabs a puzzle piece while she's wearing like the one-piece straw hat. Can I actually see, or do I have to go into the other room and turn on my DVD player? Do I need to go to a different website? Do I need to go to the Daily Motion? Or what's the other one? Vimeo? Maybe. We are looking for NHKOP1. We have to do like welcome to the NHK maybe? Welcome to, or NHK Niyokoso. Okay, that's episode 1. Welcome to the NHK opening. Here we go. Thank you, Daily Motion. Alright, yeah, this is way lighter of a song, way more like pastel, colorful of a video than either the Death Note ones. I'd like to also see, because at some point it got very popular for anime to have like the lead actors and actresses sing the opening themes. I don't think that's what's happening here, but there is both using gender terms, a guy and a girl singing at the same time. Creates a nice melody. Yeah, this song is better than either of the Death Note ones. That's pretty clear to me, watching it, listening to it. And HKOP1. So this may not be a playlist, or rather just like a Google Doc with links. Alright, that was wonderful. I enjoyed doing that. Okay, so let's get into it. I think... So it's obviously going to be, like, this one's going to be, like, here, and this one is going to be, is it here, or is it here? I'm sure my opinions are going to change because there's so many things we have to, like, listen to. But I think right now I'm going to say I like having listened to them both. Even though number 2 is more memorable, I do think I like number 1 better than number 2. So we are going to... this is how we're going to lay them out here. Puzzle is better than both Death Note openings, but I think Death Note opening 1 I like a little bit better. Great. Okay. This is a good video for me. Negima. Negima we watched during club. I want to say like freshman year. So I would have watched this in 2008 or 2009. I think we watched it in the fall. We watched... When the guy before me was the president, Ryan, we watched a lot more anime that were like contemporary than when I was the president. And we watched stuff that was a little bit older. It would have been contemporary when I wasn't the president, but I was, and such it was. Okay, so Negima, I do not remember this opening at all. So let's see if we can find it on YouTube first. I think it's this one, 17 years ago. That seems about right. That's a good time for YouTube videos. Is it going to try to open up a credit list 4K 60 FPS remastered? I don't think so. 17 years ago. This is the one we want. This is an idol group singing. So it's definitely got that like 2000s like J-pop sound. Okay. Negima also has like a million characters in it, and the faces are definitely the year 2000. The art style. Their eyes are running away from the middle of their face. Okay. Negima. I have to find the right one. This one. Maho Sensei Negima. Oh, this is the sequence where they're all... Because his whole thing is like he has to kiss them to get powers or something. Happy Material, go. This song is called, yeah, Happy Material. And I was correct. It is like an idol ensemble, but it is the actual, from what I can see here, the actual actresses. Like if I look up who plays Asuna, Asuna is played by Akemi Kanda, who does sing in some of the versions of it. So yeah, that tracks. Okay. Not that I mean that's not going to be a negative that like, oh, the voice actresses are being made to sing. That's just part of their job, I suppose. It was a very light poppy song, and it's going right here, right at the end of the list right now. Happy Material. Is it just called Happy Material? It does. The visuals do portray that there are a lot of characters. Doesn't really say too much about what the actual themes of the show are, but such. I think if it was a radio station, I would rather hear What Up People than Happy Material. And that should be good enough. We got a lot of things to get through, so it's absolutely going to be good enough. Alright, next we have a certain scientific railgun, which is also known as Toaru Kagaku no Railgun. And this includes both the Railgun and also Railgun S. I have not yet seen Railgun T, so such is that. What I like about Railgun is that all the opening themes are by the same group. They're all by Flipside. So that makes it makes the comparison within the series a little bit easier. I already know that like the fourth one is my favorite. So like the first one is Only My Railgun. I remember that one fairly well. Creditless, I think 1080p might be fine. Like it's not going to do any weird upscaling. Especially with my extension that blocks 60 FPS. Okay, so Only My Railgun. I've actually heard there was like a Exit Trance did like a remix of the song. And that's the one I probably heard more. I actually watched Railgun before I watched Index, so I really liked the focus on Misaka and the fact that they didn't even acknowledge who Toma was. Like, I don't even think they said his name in the first season. He was just like a guy that tormented Misaka. This is a pretty standard anime opening theme from this, period of time. When did Railgun 1 air? 2009. Yeah, so this like late 2000s, early 2010s. I like the visual. This anime's great. Has some previews into stuff that matters over the course of the season. This is a good one. Okay. So that's going to be Railgun OP1. Save that link. Okay. Let's put on our tier list here. We're going to put that like here. All right. Let's look at number 2. Let's see if we can find maybe the same channel. We'll have all 4 of them. That would be convenient. Railgun OP Nope, not 4K. We don't want 4K. OP2. They do have it. Same channel. Perfect. All right. Number 2 is... Nope, this is Railgun S2. So this is technically number 4. I recognized it. Here we go. Different channel. That's fine. 5 years ago. Creditless. No 60 FPS. This is what I'm expecting to hear. This is level 5, or Judge Light. I'm guessing because it's called level 5, this is a song that was written specifically for this. It's all going to have the same sound because it's all the same group. So it's all got that like techno or electronic music at least. I don't know if you can really say it's techno. More just like electronic pop. You can see it's starting to adopt some of like the visual changes that Index 2 would start to adopt by this time. Oh, it's got a cool 3D animated car. That was getting real popular, that they were able to do that. It's got a little bit of a more serious tone about the song. I forgot about these, like, police officer characters. I forgot so much about this series. It was a great pose by Misaka. I wish I didn't need to have an income so I could just, like, spend my time watching my anime again and playing games and stuff, but such it is. All right. That was good. I enjoyed that. Opening 2 is going to be here. All right. So now we're going to get into Railgun S opening 1. This song, this is the one where they were redoing like the accelerator arc. I didn't like Railgun S, like the first half of Railgun S as much. So Railgun S, the first theme is called Sister's Noise. That's right. I remember at some point I watched the actual like music video for this song, and it stunk. Like I remember the singer for Flipside was doing like the whole Rihanna like shine bright like a diamond like dance move that she did on that SNL performance, where she just sort of like, I think it's also like Sasha Banks, Mercedes Monet, like her little like CEO dance move, big quotes around that, like that sort of thing. Oh, there's Accelerator. Oh, here's the laser girl. Okay. I think I do like it more. I like it more than Only My Railgun. Only My Railgun is good, but basic. Yeah. Alright, now we're going to listen to the best of the 4, which is Eternal Reality. This song used to be like so hard to find on YouTube. Like it would get, this song particularly would get like copyright claimed. Like yeah, the visuals, the action. I mean, the visuals are very similar for all of them. They all follow that like again early 2010s, sort of like episodic arc style. This one's got a nice little like, it slows down the song a little bit for like a little more melancholy tone before it picks up for the second half for like the action part. Hit your evil scientists. The kind of like the drop in the song is really good. This is like when I was younger and like more prone to just pretending to be a ninja and jumping around my room or whatever. This is the sort of song that I would put on. Railgun OP4. Great. Good. That's a good song. Okay. So this is how I'm ordering all 4 songs. Now, where do they go relative to the rest of the list? This just will help me sort of like benchmark. I'm pretty sure like Eternal Reality, I like it better than Puzzle, so that's where that's going to go. To who's Judge Light? Really? Is that right? I guess so. These are close. We're going to put these 2 next to each other wherever they go. I think they go after Puzzle. Accidentally enabled free transform. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's just move this over here. Is it better than... Yeah. We're going to put these here. And then only my railgun. I'm going to say we're going to put it here. This Negima theme is going to be moving a lot, and it's going to be moving down a lot. So just going to set that there. Okay, this is the list, 8 songs in. Great. Okay, moving on. Next, we have Moribito. Moribito is another one we watched during club. It was one. Well, we tried to watch it during club, but then some other person through like interlibrary loan, like rented it from our school library, even though our club had donated to the library, so we should have had priority. But then the person just sat on it for the whole term before they were forced to return it. And eventually they did, and I ended up just watching it by myself. Okay, the opening theme is by L'Arc-en-Ciel. I do like Hide. There's one song that I know I've heard, but I haven't watched the anime, and that's Full Metal Alchemist, that I know is also L'Arc-en-Ciel. And that's definitely how you pronounce it, because French. Moribito, OP, creditless. Seire no Moribito. 14 years ago. Perfect. I like how also these videos from a decade plus ago, the description of the video is all just like a standard like plate text about copyright disclaimers, claiming that the thing is protected when really it's just that the copyright holder is just not enforcing it. So thankfully to us. L'Arc-en-Ciel. All right, Hyde, what do you got for me? Refresh my memory what this sounds like. Diving Through the Clouds is very late 2000s. This is like a slower paced anime, so it makes sense that like this, it starts kind of like a ballad before it goes into more of like a rock sort of sound that L'Arc-en-Ciel is really known for. It is not a high tension sound, not at all. The visuals are also not a lot of change, not a lot of action in them. Mostly just focusing on they're riding a horse. Balsa was her name, that's right. Comparing songs across like genres is going to be like so much fun. That's why I'm doing this, I suppose. I enjoyed listening to that. Okay. Moribito, are you better than Negima? Yeah. Are you better than... Or would I... Are you better than... Would I prefer to listen to that song over Only My Railgun? I think so. How about... What up, people? Yes. And yes. Sister's Noise. You know what? I'm actually going to put it here. Before or after whatever the Death Note one was, which was called The World. So it's after that. Because I think that was just I'm going to lean towards the more active sound of The World over Shine by L'Arc-en-Ciel. So that seems good. That seems good to me. Moribito is another one I'd like to watch again, but I do not own it, and I don't know where it's streaming, and it's possible that it's not streaming anywhere, so it's impossible. Such is life. Infinite Stratos. These are two that I actually do have. I have the full versions in my anime themes playlist, so, but we are looking for just the minute and a half Infinite Stratos. I watched this one, probably the period of my life where I watched the most anime was like 2010 to 2016, roughly. 2015 maybe, not even go that far. And what I liked about Infinite Stratos, it is a harem anime, you can call it that. But it's, what if you had a harem anime? Normally okay, I need to calm down. Normally in a harem anime, like each of the love interest characters has their own, personality, which is true about Infinite Stratos, but they also have their own personality, like trope. So you'll have, the tsundere, you'll have the usually like the sadist, you'll have the the childhood friend sort of thing, and you kind of have those tropes in Infinite Stratos as well, except that every girl is tsundere, all 5 of them. And then in Infinite Stratos 2, the second series, the second season, whatever, they added in 2 more, but only one of them was tsundere. So you had 6 tsundere, and really she was part of the main group, and then the 7th girl I think was technically like separate. But they also both had blue hair, and I like that. So yeah, Infinite Stratos. All right, we have Infinite Stratos opening 1 from 12 years ago. That's what we're looking for. Is it creditless? No, it looks like it has fan subs. All the better. I get the feeling that the ending theme of Infinite Stratos 1 is the good one. This is electronic music. What's this called? Infinite Stratos. Straight Jet by no description, huh? There's a comment here in Japanese. Okay, I do recognize the theme song. This is an anime from 2011, so it uses a lot more of that. We're getting more into 3D animation. Mecha anime also, which is generally not my vibe, not what I go into, but the other aspects that are not mecha, those are more my speed. I guess that really is the opening theme, huh? Wow. Wow. I did not enjoy that. Infinite Stratos opening theme 1. That's not what I wanted to copy. I wanted to copy that Japanese person's comment into translate.google.com, which I know is AI, it's language models, it's just what all of them are at this point. I hope that Infinite Stratos will be rebroadcast in the summer of 2026. That's, yeah, sure. Gilgamesh Organization 468. I don't know. Okay. Well, how about Infinite Stratos 2 opening? There's one from a year ago. I'm cautious. True Blue Traveler. I think this one's going to be better. Let's see. Let's hope it's not. The top quality is 1080p, so I'm guessing it's not going to have upscaling. This song's way better. This is True Blue Traveler. This is better. Is it the same? By Minami Kuribayashi. True Blue Traveler. Minami Kuribayashi. So same singer. This one's it's doing like character profiles. So I think it's a little stronger of an opening. Is it going to have for just like the main 5, or is it going to also introduce to our new girls? It is not. Oh, it shows them at least. The drop in this song is really good. True Blue Traveler is so much better than that last song. Goodness. Straight jet. Straight stink. Does the Sailor Moon style, like, anime, like, transformation sort of thing where they're Barbie doll style. That was good. I did not super enjoy listening to the first one. I did enjoy listening to the second one. Okay. So here we go. Infinite Stratos 1, I'm putting that at the end. I'm putting that after Negima. Ugh. True Blue Traveler, though, that's a good song. Is it better than Sister's Noise? I think so. So you're just going to go down to layer 2 here. It's all the same layer. Row 2. Move some stuff over while I think about this. Is it better than the Death Note opening? Yeah. Is it better than Sister's Noise? Yes. Is it better than Judge Light? Oh, there's going to be so many like themes going through. I'm not going to sleep tonight because I'm not going to be able to turn off my brain from the like theme songs. And boy, web browsers use a ton of RAM, huh? Oh, Photoshop does as well. Okay, we're going to open 2. I just want to just refresh myself on. Yeah. Judge Light, I think the full version has a better drop than True Blue Traveler. Honestly, it's better than Puzzle. Well, I don't even know why I'm thinking about that one. I'm putting it here. True Blue Traveler is such a good song. Great. Good stuff. And now something that is likely not. DN Angel. DN Angel is one where I'd completely forgotten I'd seen it. This is another one we watched in club. I think I want to say 2009. It's something, but I have seen it. What does the opening theme sound like? Well, your guess is as good as mine. So let's go ahead and take a listen here. DN Angel. Opening credit list. We're also going to pull it up here on the My Anime list. It's an angel. Nope, that's Angels of Death. That's also on this list here. DN Angel. 2003. So the oldest anime we've seen so far. This is Byakuya True Light. Is that what Byakuya means? Do I have... I don't have Hiragana keyboard installed. Translate.google.com. I closed that tab for some reason. I'm going to go to J for Japanese. Byakuya. No kanji? Byakuya. It's just Byakuya. Okay, more translations. White Knight, Arc Knight, Short Knight. True Light. Maybe a different reading of the kanji? I don't know. Okay, well, let's see what that sounds like. This is from 4 years ago? Well, okay. There's DNA Angel opening HD credit list from 4 years ago, and then DN Angel opening credit list from 16 years ago. We know which one I'm going to pick, and it's obviously the one from 16 years ago. The maximum quality of this video is 240p. That's all you need. DN Angel OP from this video. Alright. A slow tempo man is belting out at me. I imagine it's going to drop into something. The early 2000s, huh? That tracks. It's got a very imposing, like, pseudo-orchestral sort of sound to it. Alright, we're highlighting the various characters. We're using some imagery. A one-winged angel. That was very popular with the Sephiroth. Oh, we're using some English words in the lyrics. That shows that this is a cool singer. Dark and Crad fighting each other. Miyamoto. Shunichi Miyamoto. Sure. That sure was that. Alright, let's just move on here. Just put it at the end and just move on. It could be, I would maybe put it on the same tier as that Infinite Stratos theme, which was again named... Oh, I screwed up the history. Oh, it's because I have that tab open. Straight Jet. Yeah. Bleh. Stinks. Okay. What's next? Oh, Shakugan no Shana. This is an anime that I absolutely want to rewatch this year. I love Shana. We watched it dubbed because in the anime club we tried to make the club more accessible. We watched stuff both dubbed and subbed, even though the original president at the time was very much a pro sub person. I don't know actually. I'm not sure Ryan was. Maybe we were kind of the same in that respect. I'm the sort of person where it's whatever you watch first is the one you're going to like better. And in a couple of cases, for me, mostly Stelvia. I have watched Shana in both dub and sub. I have watched Haruhi in both dub and sub. I have watched Stelvia in both. I think those are the only ones where I've watched in both dub and sub. And I like all of them. But Haruhi, I prefer dubbed. Stelvia, I like them both, but I prefer dubbed. And then Shana, I haven't seen I haven't watched that since college. Goodness. I never ended up watching like 2 or 3 because I know like the voice actors changed, at least in the dub. So, all right, we got 2 here. And I remember Shauna. Shauna is definitely in the same vein as like Index, where it's got those sort of like episodic arcs. You've got your kind of villain for 4 episodes, and you move on to another little mini arc. So I imagine the opening themes, the visuals are going to reflect that. We've got Mami Kawada singing Hishoku no Sora. Mami Kawada, I know that name. Who is this? Japanese singer. No kidding. Oh, Index. Great. Okay. That'll be fun. That's a good thing to remember when we get to that. Shakugan no Shana OP credit list. That's going to be our search here. 60 FPS from 5 years ago? No. 1080p credit list from 3 years ago? Maybe. Another one, opening 1 credit list from 4 years ago. One from 1 year ago. There's Shakugan no Shana 3 from 14 years ago. Are these going to be safe? At least it's not, like, recommending. I'm going to do the one from 5 years. Oh, 60 FPS, though. I don't need 60 FPS. So let's do this one from 3 years ago. That's just 1080p. This is one of these songs... I love the instruments that they're using in the song. Like, this is the most unique of all the songs I've heard. It's still like that electronic, but it's also one of these ones where, like, there are some songs where I only have to hear like 1 or 2 notes and I'm able to immediately like lock back in, and it's just like, all right, it's there. It's now Dewey Decimal System. I found it on the first walk through the aisle, and now it's forefront in my brain. You know what? Now I see the connection to, like, PSI missing. All right, now we got our villain roll call. Or not just villains, but all of our side characters. It's got the same style as like the Index, and more the Index opening theme than Railgun. Oh, this old guy villain, I remember him. This one's got subtitles, I didn't even notice. Oh boy. Top comment. Sadly, they don't make such high quality animations anymore. 2000s anime was truly peak. You're so lost and confused, guy. I'm sorry. You're so wrong. Like, I am so big into nostalgia. Like, I have become a retro gamer just because of the flow of time. But your rose-colored glasses you've got rose-colored contacts. Like, that's insane. You're so wrong. Shana OP1. Save that. Wow. Okay. Oh, did I accidentally grab both the yeah. Whoops. Okay. What is OP2? Opening 2 is Being by Kotoko. I guess worst case scenario is I can preview it on my anime list. Shakugan no Shana opening 2 credit lists from 2 years ago. There's also one from 1 year ago, but also only has 62 views, and the thumbnail is also little video preview is the same for both. Let's try the one with less views. This song's good too. See, I know it's a different singer, but it still has that same style. It's a little more static of a theme song, like the visuals at least. Oh, Alistair, I think that's who the medallion, his name. It's got, oh, the song has a drop. Kind of like a Toradora style drop. I remember, yeah, this enemy that Shauna is fighting in this. I remember him being just sort of too bland. These are both higher tier songs. This is I need to copy this into my notepad here. Shauna OP2. Okay. I think one is better, but they're both very, very good. So let's kind of start from the top here. Is Eternal Beauty better than Shauna OP1? I think so. Is True Blue Traveler better than Shauna OP1? Yeah. Is Puzzle better? This is where, okay. Let's go ahead and just, while I'm thinking about this, we're going to move these down. Amazing that only my railgun is in the bottom here. Bottom. For sure going to be moving these over. I think this one is better than Puzzle, so I'm going to put this here. Is the second one better than Puzzle? Is it better than Judge Light? It's about the same. I'm gonna put it here. I like it there. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Great. I'm gonna have to move a whole bunch of them because I see that the next one on the list is Freerin. So okay. Freerin is probably gonna be the first one where, because it is without a doubt the newest anime on my anime list. Freerin opening one credit list. Now, how do I find one that's not going to be 60 FPS? I have to link to the actual one from the company. I also don't feel like I lingered enough on Shauna, but Shauna's great. Period. I like tsundere. It's duh. Great. The problem also with like newer YouTube videos is it's so dang quiet. I have to turn up my headset now, which is going to make the next older song on the list blare into my ears. So, okay, I'm going to pull up so I get the names of the songs correct. Those two songs in Shauna were Hishoku no Sora by Mami Koada and Being by Kotoko. Those are the two songs there. Frieren is, the first one is Yusha by Yoasobi. Yusha stands for hero. The second one is going to be Haru by Yorushika. Okay. Why I turned my volume up? No. My headset's upside down. Okay. this drop near the beginning of the song, like just 20 seconds in, is this. Like, I'm gonna preview a little bit of like when I ultimately rank like my anime and figure out, not just the top 10 but all of them. Like, Frieren, I almost put like number 2. Like, I would have bumped everything else down. And my top 3 would have been Haruhi, Frieren, and Stelvia. But then Frieren, the second half, which I'll talk about once I play the second theme song. And I'm sure, like, my feelings about the anime are going to be imprinted onto the theme songs. If Frieren was just like the 16 episodes that Yusha played, it would be arguably the perfect anime. Frieren is amazing, but then the second part, and not like the second season that is airing like right now, because I haven't seen that yet, and I don't intend to watch it yet. I would like to watch it before Sakura-con though. But like let me get back to moving all these things around. Like the magic, like Chunin exam, just stinks. I know people will try to defend it of just like, oh, but we had to introduce new characters. Frieren couldn't stay the same the whole time. Well, why couldn't it? Because it was good, and the pace was somehow both slow but also like moved at the right speed. And then the Chunin exam just ground the story to a halt. And then there were whole scenes that didn't feature any of Fern or Frieren or Stark. It had none of them in it, and it just was. It was bad. It was so bad. I took it out of top 10 contention. Honestly, that magic exam, I hated it. I didn't enjoy it at all. Frieren opening 2 creditless. Make me angry. That's going to be this video, I'm guessing. Anime movie opening 2. Haru, which is Sunny by Yorushika. Is that what I said it was earlier? Sure is. Alright, it's going to be this video. It's more of a chill song. Like, it starts with just the, electric guitar kind of drum comes in. Features that priest. Yeah. This has more of the other characters that they're introducing into it. It's got a drop. I don't have much to say about it. It's a fine song. I don't know. This is going to be similar when I get to like Yona, which is 2 more down on the list. Like, Yona opening 1 is just like so perfect, like so perfectly fitting. And then opening 2 is like fine. Like, it's a fine song, but it's just like, why couldn't they just keep opening 1 the whole time? Why couldn't it just stay the same? So, where do I put Frieren opening 2? that song, it was just fine. I just couldn't get over. The visuals were kind of boring also. Like, it was just like a series of characters who had just been introduced, and like so many of them. Oh boy. It's in the second row, I think. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make an executive decision. I'm just going to go ahead and put these three. I'm going to just make some space here. We're going to start making a tier here, and that's going to be it. Cuz like, again, this is a perfectly fine song, but it's way ahead of this. Like, let's just be real. There is definitely a gap there. We've listened to a lot of good music so far, and this one's fine. And that's going to be that. Okay. Next up, we got Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann. This is another one where there's going to be like a stark contrast between like where I ranked the series on my anime list and where I'm ranking the song. Gurren Lagann opening credit list. It's on Crunchyroll. Cool. I'm not. Oh, here we go. 11 years ago. Starts with the guitar riff, as many songs do. You gotta start with some instrument, I suppose. What is this song technically called? A lot of like dynamic featuring all the characters. I do like that. This isn't got Romanji subtitles, which is reasonable. It's better for karaoke, I suppose. When was Gurren Lagann airing? 2007? It does have a mid-2000s feel to it. I like the era where, like, characters could just have a mono-colored hair. Like, it didn't have to be like a two-tone sort of thing that got really popular in the 2010s. Gurren Lagann OP. And I believe, like, there was like a slight variation in the second half of the series. Sodeiro Days by Shoko Nakagawa. Did Shoko Nakagawa do anything else? I'm sure. A Fullmetal Alchemist theme song? That tracks. Okay. I also need to go back and save the Frieren song. There we go. Okay. Gurren Lagann, the song's good. Probably top tier song. It is really good. Really high energy, high tension. The visuals are exciting. It is a fun anime to watch. It makes you think that the show that's going to air is good. Then you get surprised when it's not, or at least the people you're watching with make it insufferable. Let's see here. I'm using puzzle as like the middle of the road here. Like, is it better than puzzle? Yes. Is it better than Shana's opening theme? No. Alright, that's easy. So we'll just go ahead and put it there. And I'm also just we're gonna make a little bit more room here so that I have to do less kind of moving things around here. Just gonna preemptively move some stuff here. This is, again, the colored bands are meaningless at the current moment. We are just sorting some stuff. There we go. Perfect. Easy. And I like the nice solid purple bars. If I hide the guides, which I think is, I can press G to do so. Psych. Nope. View guides. Show guides. Show, yeah. control semicolon. That makes sense. Sure. Okay. Yep, that, I liked that. I liked listening to that. Did not like watching it. Next is Yona, of course, as I was just talking about. So Yona of the Dawn, the first opening theme is voiceless. I believe there's no lyrics, which was, when I watched it, I think I watched it in, where was I living at the time? I was living here? So maybe this would have been 2018, it's somewhere between 2018 and 2021 is when I watched Yona. Yona of Akatsuki no Yona, which I guess there's supposed to be like a new season coming out sometime soon. Akatsuki no Yona is the name of the first opening theme by Kunihiko Ryo. Okay. Yona opening 1 credits. OP1. Let's use the right terminology. Come on, we're real people. Okay, there's one from Crunchyroll. There's one from Marvelous. Here we go. Akatsuki no Yona OP1 10 years ago. In a not... Oh, this is a slideshow. This isn't accurate. Oh, we might have to do the one from Crunchyroll. It's really great how Sony has just been eating up media companies, huh? Funimation streaming service. Is that still a thing? I doubt it. Yeah, it's got sort of like the traditional, like showing the map, some of the imagery, like the drum, the kind of like that bell. This theme's so good. Why couldn't they just keep this theme? When it gets slow like this, they're introducing like the 4 dragons, and it's got like the flute. This is just a good theme. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, Yona has a lot of like kind of 3 Kingdoms influence, I believe. I don't know a whole lot about like Korean lore, but even though it's a manga, it's a Japanese artist, there definitely feels like some of that influence. A combination of like Japanese, Korean, Chinese like influences. With Yuhon, like with the royal sort of like entourage. It's just like, it's such a unique like opening theme that like almost uniquely prepares you for what you're about to watch. That like you are about to watch something that is epic, and it's not just like a shoujo, like girls kissing boys. Like, that's the undercurrent. It's in shoujo beat, but it's like, oh man, it's so good. So it's gonna be up here. And then now something that's so okay. All right, is this gonna be this one from Marvelous? I think we'll go for. Yeah, there's a one from, this is not even the same anime. I don't know why you're trying to Nagi no Asukara. That's not even close to Yona. Yeah. So Yona opening 2 is like an electronic song. Almost like techno, technically. Yeah, there's some of that like slap bass underneath. It's so loud. I think it uses a lot of the same visuals as the first opening also, which made me confused why they couldn't just keep the first opening theme. All right, now we scroll through. Yep, here's that same of Yuhon. Like, the manga's really good, worth watching or worth reading, worth watching the show also, even though it just sort of like ends because they run out of funding for the show. Just like how the song just sort of ends, huh? It's got a little bit of that, like bum 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 bum. Yep. That sure is that. Great. Okay. I think also as I sort of got distracted because it's just like, yeah, this song's fine. I know that like I was using puzzle as like a threshold here, so I think what I'm gonna do just sort of preemptively is I'm gonna kind of make puzzle like a start of a tier. And I was also using like only my railgun and Sister's Noise as like so maybe we do like this. Here we go. We're getting some tiers are starting to develop here. Okay. So number 1, Yona. Okay, also I need to say the names of the songs, huh? The first one is just Akatsuki no Yona by Kunihiko Ryo. Second one is Akatsuki no Hana. Hana, is that the kanji for flower? Yeah, so red flower. By Cynthia, probably supposed to be Cynthia. Not Yuhon. Yuhon is Suwon's dad. What am I thinking? Okay. All right, so we're starting with Akatsuki no Yona over here. It's great. It's better than Puzzle, so it's for sure going in this tier. Is it better than Gurren Lagann? Or Soreiro Days? It's tough. Because I also started thinking ahead, like, is it better than Shauna's theme? Is it better than True Blue Traveler? Like, I'm inching up the list here. Without answering any of the questions is also the problem. There's going to be a lot where, like, as long as it's in the same band, then that's fine. Because then you could honestly ultimately say we do that. I think it's Eternal Beauty or Eternal Reality, whatever it's called, is better. So it's where it goes here. I think True Blue Traveler is better. I'm gonna go ahead and put it here. Yeah, that seems right. Okay, a tier list is forming. This is good. Now as for you, Akatsuki no Hana, your techno electronic beat. Are you better than Sister's Noise? Yes. Are you better than Judge Light? Level 5 Judge Light? I think that's fine. I think there's fine. Yeah, that seems good. Great. How long have I been recording for? What's my recording status looking like? An hour and a half, and we've gotten through... How many here? 1, 2, 3... Okay. Oh, I just nudged something on accident, huh? Don't want to do that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Hour and a half, and we've gotten through 19 songs. This is going to take a million billion years. I'm having fun, though. Okay. Next one we got here is Devil May Cry. This is another one we watched in club. I want to say in 2009. That's gonna be my guess. So it's we're talking about like the version from back then, not the new one from that's on the Netflix. That may not even be technically considered anime. I don't know. Devil May Cry from 2007, where Patty Lowell is a girl who gets lost or something. DMC by Rundgren is what we're going to be looking for here. DMC OP. We're just going to search 2007 just to make sure. Okay, so we have one from 14 years ago. A bunch of views on this. I don't know what BD version means. I'm guessing it means like Blu-ray disc version. Let's see what that quality is. Highest quality, it goes up to 1080. Okay. All right, let's see here. Let's see if anything comes back to me listening to this. The theme, at least, comes back to me. I know for sure this is a series of notes that I have heard before being played by these instruments. Devil May Cry is like a darker show, so that makes sense for like the... Oh, there's Lady. I know her. I mostly know some of these characters because there's an artist I follow on Tumblr who really likes to ship Dante and Lady. Dan Lady. I think this is one of those opening themes that uses a lot of clips from the show also. There's also a lot of Dante just standing around. There's also no lyrics to this. So it's just a... Which, again, I just praised Yona and said it near the top. So I'm not against that. This is otherwise just sort of like a gothic butt rock. Is probably how I would describe it. I think this song accomplishes its goal. I think watching this, you hear this song and you're like, I want to watch this show now. I don't remember anything else about the show. So, you know, I'm not trying to endorse the show or anything. I'm just saying that's what I know. So, okay. Is it better than the bottom tier? Absolutely. Is it better than only my railgun? Honestly, yeah. Is it better than Sister's Noise? No. So we're going to put it here on the Death Note tier. And honestly, we're going to put it at the bottom of this tier. And that seems good enough to me. And yeah, we'll keep going. I'm going to go for another half an hour, and then I'm going to have dinner at 8 p.m. because my sleep schedule is broken. Okay. Oh, I guess I should check Audacity also. Yep, that seems to be a waveform. Great. I really should move some stuff also to off of the solid state drive onto the hard drive. Save some space. But it's a new computer. There's plenty of space. It's all good. Next up, we have Devil is a Part-Timer, which is featuring, obviously, Yusa Emi. I have watched this one in subtitles. I rewatched this fairly recently, actually. So while Frieren is the newest anime I've seen, the most recent anime I've watched... I've done some rewatches, actually. So, like, I rewatched Darker Than Black. I rewatched... Well, I finally actually just watched the Bount arc of Bleach. So I'm working my way through actually finishing Bleach. So that's something. I'm currently rewatching Mariaholic. But I guess... Well, yeah, Bleach Bount arc would be the newest anime of episodes I hadn't seen. Part-Timer would be the next one before that. I thought that I really liked the original. I thought the new one, the animation was a little weird. Like, obviously, it was a new studio, so there was, like, a weird shift. But I got used to it, and I think after, like, episode 3 of the new season, it they started to figure it out. I don't think it was as bad as the brilliant snowflakes of my anime list would claim that it is. So those are my thoughts of the anime. Now let's think about the theme songs. Hataraku Mao-sama is the name of the anime in Japanese, and that stands for The Devil is a Part-Timer. The original was in 2013, and I already know that Zero by Minami Kuribayashi. Have we seen this name before? I feel like I've said it. Oh, I see. That's her. Where's my... Oh, have I not enabled accessibility settings? Okay, great. I found the setting I was looking for, and maybe it will show on the recording. I'll have to play back, but at least for me, it helps for visualization. So, Minami Kuribayashi. Minami Kuribayashi. You need to slow down. She was the singer for the Infinite Stratos theme that I didn't care for. So it's going to be a bit of a shock because I do like this one. Devil is a Part-Timer, OP1, creditless. This first song, and there is one from Crunchyroll, so I'm guessing that's the one we're going to be saving to the playlist here. This is Zero, is the name of the song. The way this song starts, and just the visual of like Mao and Emmy just like fighting each other is great. It's got some of that like early 2010s like kind of light blooming effect, but it still has the, again, like, well, characters have a little bit of like the two-tone hair going on, but it's still mostly like solid colors. So, and this one's got subtitles, so at least that's something. I think a lot of people were upset about their ships didn't work out, which I also did not like. Some spoilers, kind of. I suppose you can probably figure out the spoiler if you want to take some time and think about which character is the tsundere. I'm not even talking about the song, really. This is a very, like, J-rock, J-pop adjacent, like... You know what? As I think about it, the song that came to mind was actually that True Blue Traveler. Like, that was the one that just seemed like, oh, this is kind of like, we're close to that. Make sure I'm on the right layer here. Okay. So I think it's going to go in, like, it's better than Puzzle. So we're going to be using that as, like, our threshold here. Yeah. Is it better than Gurren Lagann? Yeah. Is it better than Yona's theme? Yeah. And it's better than Shana's theme. Is it better than True Blue Traveler, though? And if it is better than True Blue Traveler, is it better than... Is it better than Eternal Reality? I have to make sure. I gotta get that song, the name of that song right. Can I just search that really quick? Railgun S. If I'm using it is Eternal Reality. Great. Okay. So, is it better than Eternal Reality? Um, oh, that's tough. Because it is really good. Zero's really good. It's a really good song. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, it's the new like threshold song. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it above even True Blue Traveler. I'm putting it here. Is it as good as Yusha? No, Yusha is probably gonna be the #1 song on the list. Like, we found it pretty quick. But yeah, no, the Zero is just such a really good song. I don't know. It just is. I've really wanted to play. There was a arcade game I played in Japan, Dengenki Bunko Climax, and there's a Vita version, but apparently is not compatible with the PSTV. But I still would like to play it because I remember playing it in the arcade, and I got like one of those cards where you could save your data, but then I immediately left it at the arcade. And then I bought another one, and I've since lost it since moving a million times since then. But I played as Emmy, and I had a good time. I was no good, but I had a good time. Okay, well, let's move ahead about a decade, and we're going to Season 2, where the opening theme is also Kuribayashi, with is the name of the song. So let's go ahead and search OP2. And because these are newer, we're not going to find unauthorized uploads of this. Well, no, hold up. This is by NanoRipe, which I also know is going to appear on this list a couple times. Devil is a part-timer. Maybe I have to reorder my search terms here. That's a creditless ending, so that's not what we're looking for here. Devil is a part-timer. Okay, here is the full song. OP creditless. Let's search the actual name. With Minami. But the problem is that with is just such a generic Kuribayashi. Yeah, so now it's just searching for... Okay, there's the full version. Okay, here's a version from 3 years ago where the opening is playing in a tiny, tiny little box. So that's our best option we found so far. Why? Maybe we can use this channel and find it. So here's where the third opening theme is. And this is a good song also, but it's not what we're looking for. Here we go. Uncredited ending. Not what we're looking for either. We're not there yet. Maybe... Okay, here's a link in the description. This is the full music video. This is not what we're looking for. Wrong. But we can potentially grab this text here and search for it like this with like the Japanese name. OP2. Let's search that. That's the NanoRipe version. That is 0. Is it here? Ah, found it. Great. Did I also save? I did. Okay, great. Here we go. So we'll do Devil is a part timer OP2. And there's the link. This is just the sort of hassle when you're trying to look for things online these days. They'll be like, oh, just use AI. No, as if AI would maybe do it faster, but is not going to find the sort of videos that I'm looking for. What I love also about this page is that it's broken. There's no recommendations. Okay, we've got Emmy standing with some feathers falling down. Her eyes are running away from her face. Yeah, it's very clear that like this studio shouldn't have been trusted with a big project like this. Yeah, they're trying to recapture like the feeling of the first season and the first opening. It's the same sort of style as Kuribayashi's other songs. There's Alice Ramos, who's an okay character. She's mostly just a prop. You can tell it's like even the action is just like. I think what was surprising about this is like this is an anime. This season came out in 2022, but it's got like the visual quality that you would expect from like 2007. It's using a lot of the same visual motifs. Yeah, that wasn't very good. Like, okay. It's probably going to go into this tier. Like, it's better than Negima. I really should pull that one up just to have it, like, behind the scenes here. So I can just get the first, like... credit list. Yeah, okay. Happy Material. I remember it. All right. Gosh, that was such a nothing song that I already like have forgotten it. Stay on, stay on. Ugh. Is it better than Only My Railgun? No. Is it better than Frieren? The second Frieren theme? What is the song also called? It's With by Minami Kuribayashi. I just looked that up. Honestly, where I put it here seems fine. Just like bottom. Like Minami Kuribayashi clearly has like either great songs or just like meh songs. Like nothing special about them. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then Nano Ripe, what else did they do? And would it be Nano Ripe? Pop duo, very similar to like Flipside. Okay. Oh! Is this the... I need to go to here. Non Biori. Do they do the openings or endings for? They did the openings for Non Biori, so that's why I recognize them. So this third song that I'm listening to, sequel, Hataraku Mao-sama with 2 exclamation points, second season, season 2, part 2. Hikari no Naimachi by Nano Ripe, or however you pronounce that. That is over here. So this is where like the anime studio probably got shook down by the TV channel and said like, you gotta like get it together. You need to figure out how to animate one of these like high profile, like you've got a pretty big like series in your portfolio now. Yeah, this opening theme, just visually, audio, orally, is just a huge step up. We're seeing Yusa standing in the rain. And, like, NaNoWriMe has this sort of, like, quality where they have, like, a folksy, like, sound to the singer's voice. Who's the singer? Kimiko. It does sort of balance. It's got more like visual effects that you would expect from like the 2010s at least. So we're, inching slowly closer to modern. Although there's some stuff from the late 2010s I wish that they don't. That maybe they can just skip past. These songs also have sort of like a I don't want to say, like, the metaphor I'm coming up with is like circling the drain, which has a negative connotation about it. I also like that in this opening theme, like, Mao hardly even appears in it. He mostly just appears at the end, so it focuses on Emmy. But by circling the drain, what I mean is, like, it's the same sort of sound that you just sort of, like, loop through over and over again until the sound ends. But I kind of like that about it. So when we get to No Non Biori, those songs are going to be higher. Where's that at? It's not in the immediate scrolling range, so... Okay. So this is better than Only My Railgun. Is it better than Sister's Noise? Yeah. Is it better than Puzzle? I don't think so. So it's going to be in this tier. But it might be, like... Is it better than Judge Light? Yeah, it is. So it's at least better than Judge Light. Is it better than Shauna? I have to quickly refresh myself on Shauna 2. Shauna OP2. Where? Oh, I guess I could just... I've been documenting all these. I can just copy the link. Okay. Whoever's talking outside my window needs to stop. Okay, just listen to 5 seconds to refresh, bring it back to the front of my memory. It's not better than that, so it goes right here. I feel good about that. Let's do, because the next 3 are all special. So we're going to do these last 3, and then we'll stop before doing Jing King of Bandits. And the first one here, the lovely Min Mei from Robotech, not Macross or whatever, but Robotech, because that's what we watched in club. So it was the not even English dub, but like the English reimagining, a la like Super Sentai versus Power Rangers sort of thing. So like taking the original anime and clipping some stuff and moving it around, renaming characters, revising the plot. So, yeah, Robotech opening, original from, 1985, I think? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, no lyrics, just a 1980s, like, space epic, militaristic sort of, like, sound. With sound effects even. So the plane being lifted up here on the flight deck, I suppose. Some motorcycles. The word Robotech to remind us that that's what we're going to be watching. Some people would call this perhaps like a bastardization of the original. But I'm going to be honest, would have no interest in watching the original. I'm not into Macross or Gundam or anything like that. They're not for me. I know, our previous anime club president, Ryan, he was big into mecha anime, so, yep, that's, it's just the same sort of, like, motif kind of over and over again with some mecha battles happening. Tells you nothing about the show. This is 80s, like, Saturday morning cartoon fare. Like, Yeah. So, oh, I didn't unlock the thing. Whoops. We're just gonna put it there and just be done with it. It's, well, let's be fair about it. Is it better than the DN Angel one? Let's listen to that again really quick. Again, just give us 5 seconds to refresh our memory. Right here. Yeah, this was the La Arc-en-Ciel, I believe. Or not. DN Angel. No, this is the Miyamoto Shunichi. Yeah, it goes at the bottom. Yeah, it's serviceable. It does its task, but in terms of like songs I want to hear, that's where it goes. Next one we got here is the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX theme, and this is again, I have only watched this dubbed. I watched this on the... It might not have even technically been Toonami. It might have just been Cartoon Network. Probably was Toonami, actually. So Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Generation X. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And we're doing the English opening, baby. Get your game on is what this is going to be called. It's got a... Oh, man. This is a... When did... Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I probably watched more of GX than original Yu-Gi-Oh! 2004 to 2008. So this is mid-2000s. This has, again, the sort of like Saturday morning cartoon sort of like sound to it. Let's keep playing it. Finding trouble, never looking too hard. Yeah. This is just a really bumping, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Generation X. I'm sure that's what GX stood for. Generation X, also not even the generation of human beings that would be watching this show. This is like, let millennials and zillennials, like, have our thing. Yeah, this is very Nickelodeon. Like, come on and get your game on. Yep. You got it, bud. All right. So, okay. It's going in the bottom tier. Like, let's just be... Is it better than the Negima? Happy Material Go. No. Not for me. Is it better than the Minami Kuribayashi? Let's get ourselves a quick 5 second refresher on it. If the video would play, please. There we go. Honestly, yeah. It goes here. That's probably a controversial decision, but when we're bumping around at the bottom of our list here, I think that's perfectly fine. It's a perfectly reasonable place for that to be. Welcome to the tale of a land of good and evil. People in despair and living frightened to the bone. Haru and the gang set out to find the answer. But together they must find a way to beat the Shadow Stones, I believe is how those lyrics go. Revolution. Welcome to the tale of a land conquered by evil. People in despair and living frightened to the bone. Frightened to their bones. Haru and the gang set out to find the answer, but together we must find a way to beat the Shadow Stones. He who wields the sword must next become the master. Seeking out the stones with a carrot-nosed dog. 3 heroes at once on a mission filled with danger. 3, 2, 1, time for revolution. Quest for glory. Accepting our fate with the power that we own. It's a hero story. We're the greatest the world has ever known. Psh! That's the song. It's great. Oh boy. Let's actually find a link to it, huh? Because I had the lyrics kind of wrong. Let's see here. Is this one from 13 years ago? Oh, this one even has the little prologue. Yeah, this is great. This is the one I want. Rave Master. This is one I only watched on Toonami. I own 5 volumes of the manga and then stopped there because it felt like the anime and the manga were about in alignment. The malicious forces of the dark, huh? To the bones, higher when the gang set out to find the answer, but together we must find a way to beat the shadow stones. He who owns the sword must next become the master, seeking out the soul. 3, 2, 1, type of revolution, quest for glory. Rules. That's great. What a good song. I didn't say anything. I just watched it and listened to it, sung along with it, mumbled under my breath. All right. So where does it go? Is it better than Happy Material? Let's start here. I would feel real bad not putting it in the bottom tier, but also... Okay, let's start here at the bottom. Is it better than Get Your Game On? Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Is it better than Happy Material Go? I cannot, in like good faith, good conscience, put it any higher than that. Because I think it's even gonna struggle against Kurebayashi's mess of a part-timer theme, and I think Happy Material is better. So I think that's where it goes. I think that's where I stop here. So let's zoom to 100%. Let's hit the tab button here and see. So okay, thank you for. There we go. So here's our tier list in progress. Okay, I don't know why. There we go. Our tier list in progress. We've got Frieren Yoasobi, or Yusha by Yoasobi up at the top. At the bottom, we've got Robotech. Those are probably going to be the same, regardless of how many times I go about this exercise. But as our tiers kind of continue to shake out here, we're starting to see kind of Railgun as kind of being the gatekeepers of the different tiers. Are you better than Only My Railgun? Are you better than Sister's Noise? Well, though we did have Eternal Reality get upstaged by Zero, so it is possible. It is possible for those things to shift, but it just a natural forming of a tier list. Some things that may be a little bit higher than they probably would have originally seemed, like the Devil May Cry, Gothic, butt rock. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna stop for today. This is art.